Big up Spurs fans near and far. It's your boy Deji Spurs. The day after tomorrow, we were left off the hook. Yeah, first and foremost, let's just talk about it. Big up to everyone that's locked in, locked on. Big up whatever team you support. Wanted to just give a couple, my little 2 cents as well. First and foremost, I have to admit, shamelessly, I am glad I did not do a watch along for that game. What a disaster, because you would have been seeing man going berserk. I would have been going crazy. I was going crazy in my living room. Like, what the heck? Now, big up Garvin in the building, my G. Big up to you, my brother. You know what happened? And big up Goals 88. I'll be real, yeah? I was on Dan Potts' show just before kickoff. And the man them asked me, what, based on the lineup, are you not confident Spurs would win? And I was like, no, I'm not confident. Why aren't I confident? Because the way that team looked, it just looked all over the place. Big up Dr. Johnny in the building. That team looked a mess. I saw Forster in goal, and I don't like Forster. I think he's slow. I think he's heavy. I think it takes him too long to get down. Then I saw Archie Gray right back. Why is Archie Gray right back? I thought he was a midfielder. Why? Why didn't we start Jed Spence, is what I was thinking. Udogie, Ben Davis, Dragerson. I'm thinking these men are not taking it serious. It ain't even me. When people think that I'm cussing about the Carabao Cup, it's not me. I'm only a reflection of what I am seeing. So, Garvin says he's waiting on that chat. Let me tell you something, yeah? Although Tottenham are off the hook, I have to say we are showing, or at least I'm showing Arsenal fans in particular, standards. This is what I'm talking about. And I feel like we needed a performance like this so that you lot could completely understand what I'm talking about. Now, in my opinion, Arsenal got batted up in a similar way that we got batted up to Coventry. And I'm not shaking my bum. I'm out here saying, truth be told, if football was fair, Coventry should be through. We were rubbish. We did not deserve to go through. But hey, if I'm an Arsenal fan, I'll be saying, you know what, Dej? That's what it is. That was the tactics. The tactics was to sit back, yeah, and then take our opportunities. Given that Coventry boxed up Wolves last season in the cup, and they almost slapped up Man United, then, you know, that's what we did. We sat back. And when I say to Arsenal fans, yeah, but did you see your team scoring? Yeah, well, we knew we were going to score. That's rubbish. I want to tell you now, big up to everyone locked in, locked on. I did not see Tottenham scoring an equalizing goal, let alone a winning goal. I thought we were going out. And at that moment, I was Ange out. I'm not going to lie to you. I said it. I said for Ange to keep his job, he would need to do 3 things. Beat Cov, beat Brentford, beat United. If he beats them 3 teams, he can live to say another day, or he can live another day or whatever. But if he lost to any of these 3 dusty teams, I'm telling you, he has to go. So, Tottenham won. I'm not going to lie. I'm happy that we're through. Don't get it twisted. I will never shake my bum for the Carabao Cup. But in terms of confidence, Postecoglou talked about, you know what, maybe we needed a little win like that, a little grit, a little fight to get it over the line. Sometimes you need a game like that to wake up the brain cells. Because the way that we were asleep, it was dustier than Tutankhamun. Dusty. Now, let's just talk about and unpick the game. I think, for me, Bergvall looked... What I don't like, actually, is when you mix and match a team so much that it's a negative rather than a positive. We've never had that midfield 3. We don't know how that midfield 3 is going to do. You started off with Timo Werner, and then you put Solanke. What a waste of time. The poor Solanke was running around like a Kenyan marathon runner. He was never going to get the ball with that midfield in this sort of game. So it was a waste of time. You know, people saying Solanke ain't scored, Solanke ain't scored. Solanke ain't been given the tools. Solanke wasn't given one good opportunity yesterday. You took off Solanke and then you brought on Son and Maddison. What is the point in that? The real players who can get him the ball, he comes off before they come on. So Solanke needs to be given a decent run out. I know what he was trying to do. Hopefully he could get a goal to get his confidence. But he's not going to get his confidence with a dusty midfield like the one we put out. Timo Werner didn't do nothing. And then he's pretending that he got hurt. I mean, it was shameless. The back four, we knew they were going to get cooked. Dragerson just looked like a madman yesterday. 1 minute he's on, the next minute he's cold. I just don't know. Thank goodness for our loyal servant in Ben Davies. Because if Ben Davies was not there and didn't have his head and the IQ, we would have got deaded out here, to be honest. We could have been easily 2-0 down. The other thing I would say is, didn't I tell you so about Brennan Johnson? You're not going to be saying, no, but then you've been cussing Brennan. No, what I've been saying is play Brennan Johnson, protect him, and play him when you know he's most effective. Brennan Johnson is most effective when he comes on off the bench. So was I surprised that Brennan scored? No, I was not surprised that Brennan scored because that's what he does. He comes on off the bench. He studies the game because he's an intelligent kid, studies it, sees the weakness of the opposition team, and then he comes out. So big up to Brennan Johnson for coming on after all the abuse that he's taken all week, slots it in the back of the net. And actually big up to Chris for Meta Football because he talked about that actually Brennan, the way that he plays, he needs a through ball. All this ticky-tacky is a long thing. He needs a through ball to pad it up. The other thing, so big up Brennan Johnson. I want to see more through balls, more space, play to Brennan Johnson's strengths. Let him run onto the balls with his pace and bad it in. Because right now, we're not playing to his strengths. Him hugging the ball, trying to do 1v1, he's not about that life. He was never about that life. He was all about running into the channel and banging in the goal, similar to the goal he scored yesterday. So I want to see that adaptation in my club. The other thing is, big up to Jed Spence, you know. I think if you look at all the receipts, I'm the only brother that was supporting this brother. I was supporting him. I said, this brother can do something. I think there's still question marks about Jed Spence playing at left back. Don't really want to see him there. But right back, why didn't he start at right back? It would be an interesting pairing to see Jed Spence and Brennan Johnson. And I think Ghost88 put it down. Forest boys, Nottingham Forest. Let's see what won. Them two played on the right-hand side together at Forest. Let's see it. Let them go. Let them do the overlapping thing. Jed Spence, for me, deserves more minutes, and it's criminal that he's not in our Europa League side. I'd rather have Jed Spence than Timo Werner in Europa League. That is where Postecoglou let himself down. Postecoglou coming out with chest yesterday, acting like he did something. The team was dusty. The team was rubbish. And you see me, I'm not too shameless to say I'm grateful for the result. I'm grateful that we're through, but we don't deserve to be through. I can't hold Arsenal to a certain standard, and then when it comes to my club, I don't hold the same standard. I take the win, but I'm not happy. I take the win, but I can't shake my bum for it. I take the win, but I would never be shameless to say that was the game plan. To sit back or to have domination in the location with no penetration, but then we hit them at the end of the game. That's a lie. That would be a lie. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm not here to lie. All them Arsenal fans saying that was the Arsenal tactic on the weekend, they were all smoking Budgie Banton. Rubbish. See the energy that I'm coming with? I could never come to you today and say, look, I knew Tottenham was going to win yesterday. No, I can't, but I'm grateful that we got through. Maddis is class. He came on. Kulusevski. For me, though, I feel like Postecoglou put this pressure on himself. You saw what Ten Hag done. He knew Man United has been dusty this season. Bad up Barnsley, pushed up the naysayers for a couple of days. Get some confidence in the players' legs. That performance yesterday did not raise Tottenham's confidence. It's probably lost confidence. I'm thinking now, for me, Peter Houdini says here, Spurs will smack Brentford. I hope so, Peter, because I'm not going to lie, bro. The way that we're looking very, very suspicious. You get me? I'm not confident going up against Wissa. I'm not confident going up against Embremo. Them man are mad. If the sort of chances that Coventry were missing against us yesterday, them brothers are not going to miss them chances. So for me, it's concerning. Get past Brentford somehow. I don't give a damn. We just need to get out. And maybe the positive thing from the game was the fact that we dug deep. For once, we were shooting from Ben Davies' header, which was very, very late. I think it was like 75th minute or something stupid like that, or 70th minute. After that, we were trying to lick shots. I just want to know why we didn't play like that from the beginning. The thing that was really concerning for me, I can take not having that many shots against Newcastle because we all argued Solanke weren't there. I could even take we didn't create good chances against Arsenal because whether I like it or not, them brothers have the best defense in the league. So again, you can kind of just accept it. But Coventry struggling to get a shot on goal against these brothers. That's concerning. Postecoglou needs to sort this crap out. He needs to sort it and quick. For me, Bergvall, Pape Sarr, I don't know. You know what? They're all right, but it's not great. Werner's injured now. I'm upset that Odebear's injured. I hope we can get him back. I like him. I think he's lively. And I think that exchange, because what that means now is that Brennan has to start against Brentford. And we know that Brennan is not a good starter. So for me, it's already looking peak for my club. But big up to everyone locked in, locked on. Jay Green's 3 things guaranteed in life aren't out before Eric Ten Hag. I'm not sure about that. Peter Houdini, West Ham are getting folded like Aragami this week. Yeah, West Ham are dustier than Tutankhamun. Make sure you, man, smack them up. That's what I need to be seeing, my brother. Big up Arsenal, Manic in the building. Dr. Johnny says, Spence was always intending to replace Udogie at halftime. Unsaid that. Yeah, but my thing is, why are we playing Spence left back? He's right-footed. Yeah? You can see that he could actually do a job as cover for Porro. I want to see Jed Spence on the field, not cover. The left-hand side. This is just like Brennan Johnson starting. We can see that Jed Spence is not about that life on the left. Yes, he got his goal, well-taken goal, but he's not comfortable there. So I don't want to be seeing him as the cover on that side. We need to sort that crap out. Come on. We can see this with our own eyes. We're not doing Stevie Wonder or Ray Charles. Arsenal man, it says, do you think you will beat Man U? That's going to be tough. Bro, we should slap up Man U, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. That team is dusty. They are rubbish. They were rubbish against Southampton, but they managed to stink out the win. They're a very, very stinky team, but I expect Spurs to bad them up, definitely. One of those Spurs channels said Coventry made 8 changes or something. Yeah, bro, they did. Don't think that was Coventry's full team. It wasn't, bro. That's why I can't come here with my chest. I can't. I call out what I see, whether people like it or not. The domination in the location has got no penetration, for real. There's no penetration there. We were fortunate yesterday. I can't shake my bum for it. We need to see changes. Timo Werner is now out. So who do we put on the left-hand side? Only Son. If Son is not having a good game, maybe we got to try Cooley out left. Maybe we got to try him out left now. I don't think the right works. Maybe the left-hand side, just run in a straight line, whip the ball in. Maybe that can run. We got to change it up. We look too predictable. Bentancur got the assist for Brennan Johnson, but I didn't like his performance yesterday. I thought it was dusty, to be honest. I'm just not, the commentary was saying that maybe the Spurs players ain't bought into Postecoglou football. And maybe that is true. Something ain't right. Something isn't right now. And Postecoglou needs to sort it out. He needs to sort it out quick. If you're struggling with Coventry, what the hell are we going to do with Brentford and Man United? And I don't even think Man United is even good. Dr. Johnny says, that was a great comeback. Game-changing is an important skill to have. Spence, Kulu, Maz must help with that. Unfortunately, need to be playing badly for a great comeback. Yeah, I agree. You need to be. But the one positive thing I will take from that comeback is the spirit. They didn't give up. They could have easily given up yesterday. We had Forster running into Dragerson. We had Ben Davies clearing off the line or just putting his body on the line. These brothers missing. Do you know what I'm saying? If better opposition, Tottenham could have easily lost 4 or 5-0. Could have been a really, really heavy scoreline, and Postecoglou would be singing a different song right now. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, well done, but it's concerning. Dylan, big up to you, my bro, the Spurs Slayer. Bro, remembered you from yesterday. Big up. Really good conversation. Looking to have more of those conversations. Really good to hear your take. And I think you would agree with me, Dylan, about my take. I could easily come up here and do an Arsenal. Yeah, that was the tactics. Have the domination in the location. We knew we were always going to score. No, I'm not doing that rubbish. And I hope you lot now understand the standards that I'm asking of my club, the standards that I'm asking of Arsenal. If you're about that life, you're about that life. If Tottenham go on to win the Carabao Cup, I will still say, imagine if we had lost to Coventry. We wouldn't be here right now. It would have been lucky. But maybe the game against Coventry is our turning point for the season. Maybe that's what we needed, the wake-up call to wake these brothers up, to wake up Postecoglou so that we can go on a run. I think now, the man them have got the wake-up call. I won't be surprised that Tottenham beat Brentford and Man United. Don't look likely, but I won't be surprised because sometimes you need a game like that where you got to dig deep, where it's a bit dusty. Do you know what I mean? You got to go in hard. You got to go through the pain, and then you come out. Conte talked about the pain. Mourinho talked about the pain. Maybe this is the pain. We've gone through the pain now, and now it's time for us to enjoy. That's what I'm hoping to see at my club. Robert Davis, Spurs dominated, so you're using your logic, it was deserved. So using your logic, it was deserved. Bro, no, it wasn't deserved. No, bro, it was not deserved. That's what I'm telling you. I'm saying Spurs dominated the possession, but if you look at chances on goal, Coventry had more chances. Coventry had more chances to win the game. Apart from Tottenham's goals, the only other opportunity we had was Ben Davis's header. That's it. That was it. I don't remember any other chance on goal. Coventry, in the first half, had 2 chances. The ball over the top. Brother skies it over the bar. You got the one off the Ben Davis, stops it. You got the one where the guy cuts back, kicks it, goes past the near post. The other player misses it. You got the goal they actually scored. They could have easily won 4-2. Easily. And I got my bro here, Marlon, in the building. Marlon, I have to say, let me just introduce Marlon, because Marlon is the reason why there is a Deji Spurs. This is my bro. We work together. We're family. And if it wasn't for him, there would be no Deji Spurs. But I have to say, we've stopped talking. I'm just keeping it real. I'm exposing our laundry. Because if you think I'm positive, baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. This brother here doesn't see anything wrong. Marlon, what is your take on yesterday's game? Were you happy with it? Are you relieved? Was it dusty? All of that.
Relieved 100%. It was very dusty. It was dusty. I'm using your words there. 100% relieved because it was going to get crazy. Spurs fan base is on the edge as it is. And yeah, yesterday, until Spence had his moment, I think shout out Cooley, because Cooley and Madison, when they came on, they changed the game.
Yeah, they did. And
just them two being so creative created a chance for Spence for him to score. And it's calmed everyone down. In fact, it didn't even calm people down. Even when Johnson scored, it calmed everyone down. But people just need to be realistic. He's put out kids in a game against Coventry, who's up for it because they're playing Spurs, isn't it? So he's put out kids that have not played, and he's put out a lot of players that have not played, so there's no cohesion nowhere. So for Coventry to have all these chances, which were basically long ball chances, it's expected, isn't it? You're playing players that don't even play with each other unless they're in training. And training, everyone knows the intensity is different from training to go and play in Coventry. So I expected it, and then people are like, oh, Coventry made changes. Yeah, they made changes as well, but they're at home. They got the fans behind them, and these boys are looking for a contract, maybe at a Spurs or a big club. So they're going to impress. While we've got players at Spurs in a comfortable position, and I wouldn't say they didn't perform. They're young in it, so it's going to take time. And that whole defense, the whole team was like a bit of a mix mash. So for people to expect us to go in there and walk that game, I just don't think they're being realistic.
Yeah, but the one thing though, bro, I think you do it. You know, we do amateur football, even with schools play, kids play. When you're Prem and you're going to a lower team, you expect them, regardless if they're kids or not, you expect them to show something. You know, Lamau is going to show something. Nico Williams is going to show something. For me, I was watching the game for 70 minutes, and big up to Ellie, new viewer herself. So big up to you. She says this: we were crap. We didn't have one shot for 70 minutes, and I agree. But in that 70 minutes, the whole time I kept thinking, "Wow, that brother on the left, Bassett. I think I'll take Bassett. I will take Bassett over Timo Werner." And you know
Werner, I've lost my yesterday. It made me think, no, Werner, I defended you. When I'm at that Spurs ground sitting in there and I've got my everyone is cussing him. I'm like, no, man, give him a shot. Yesterday, I was like, you know what? This is where you're of age now, isn't it? And there's a lot of young players here, innit? You need to take some ownership here and just help them out. He went hiding. I was like, yeah, come on.
No, he was hiding. He wasn't about that life, but he's been doing that. That's the killer. So when people defend Timo Werner, it's like, this is what he offers. What he offers for 180 a week, thousand. He's on 180 grand a week. Me and you could do that, which is to be on the pitch, run around, not touch the ball. If you do touch it, lose it, and take a couple of throws. Bro, I could do that for free. In fact, if you give me my travel money, £16 from where I live to the Spurs stadium, I could do the same thing, bro. I could do the same thing. Rubbish. Do you get me? And I can make my own way to the game. How about that? So you don't have to put me on the coach. I make my own way there because it's so dusty, bro. Bro, I've been saying, do you think, though, that this game could be... He talked about, you know what, we needed that victory. We haven't shown that spirit. Could this be the turning point? Because for me, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. Even with that, I've given Ange 3 games. He's got to beat Cov, which is done. No, you know what it is? I like him. I think he can still do a good job. But he put himself in this situation.
Why did he got the result? Or just in general? Because of yesterday or just in general?
Just in general. I was saying this before yesterday. I was like, you know, when you lose to Newcastle and Arsenal, you now put yourself under the pressure now. You need to get the results for the next 3 games.
Okay. Did we deserve to lose those 2 games?
We didn't. But, bro, we didn't deserve to win yesterday. So I'm confused.
No, but then yesterday's team speaks for itself. You see the other games we've played, we dominated. Other than Arsenal, which I'm not even calling them Arsenal. Arsenal's Stoke, innit? That was Stoke FC on Sunday. I sat there for the first 45 minutes. I was like, how can I get a refund for this? Because this is a joke. Arsenal sat back worse than last year. I don't care if you're missing players. You're Arsenal, innit? Yeah, your defense is good. What the hell are you doing sitting back and playing on the break? Yeah, everyone's like, yeah, because we know how to beat Tottenham. No, you're nonsense. That was nonsense. That Arsenal performance was shit. Sorry for swearing. Daytime TV.
No, it was. Bro, but that's why I'm keeping the energy. I'm saying we were crap, but we won. What I was expecting Arsenal fans to say, we were crap, but we won. But them man are too shameless to say that.
Shameless. That was a shocking performance. And if we're being honest, that was a foul, isn't it? That was a foul on Romero. If that was Romero doing it on anyone else or a striker doing it on it, it would have been called a foul. But because it was defender against defender, they let it go. But it was a foul. But take your 3 points, it's fine. But it was a shocking performance. Yesterday against Coventry, it was terrible. But it was a young team and players that ain't played with each other. Gone to Coventry, who's got a little history against Spurs. Them look hungry players they threw in, came in, and let's not say they didn't outplay Spurs. They just had more chances because they went long. And that's all it was. Yeah, we played rubbish. It was a smash and grab. I'll tell you that all day. Because if we went out, the crisis would have been...
Because for me, Three-Legged Dog said, hi guys, the game was horrendous, but I kept the faith and knew that we would win, that the win would happen. Keep the faith. I'm trying to keep the faith. I can't lie. I didn't think we were going to win. I didn't even think we were going to draw. Yeah, he's talking about yesterday. I didn't think we were going to do. Did you think?
No. I thought, I'm not going to lie. We had to win. But when it got to the 80th minute, I was like, Spurs are actually going to make these guys beat us. And I went to my office after a meeting and I sat in the office like, I could have went home. I'm sitting here fuming. Blood pressure's just going through the roof. I'm thinking, what are you not doing? But I'm glad they sorted it out and they got through. That's all that counts. I don't care. Smash them.
Big up. Eli, sorry. You know what? Sometimes when you're reading the chats too fast, man then can just get the thing wrong. So big up to you, my jigger as well, new subscriber. Eli, Tottenham fan, I hope. So big up. And obviously, man's trying to go off the picture, but I can't really see the picture too tough as well. But enough respect to you, my G. Bro, what needs to happen now? So for me, a couple of things that I learned, or what did you learn? Brennan Johnson comes on, he doesn't start. That's been my criticism of Postecoglou. Don't start the brother, bring him on. He's a bit like Trossard. Trossard, when he starts for Arsenal, does nothing.
I agree. With Trossard, I wouldn't agree with Brendan. Brendan's 50-50. I hear what you're saying.
I always, his best games so far this season, let's look at it. His best games have been
Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Leicester,
and yesterday. He didn't start in any of those games.
No, yesterday was terrible. Yesterday he weren't good.
But he didn't start.
No, yeah.
But he got the goal. So
he got the goal, but he weren't that good yesterday. He's hiding, but it's because he's focusing on, he's young in it. And because the outside influence and pressures, you can see it's got to him. So yesterday's scoring was a bit of a relief. You couldn't see me, even the way he celebrated.
He wanted to celebrate, but he couldn't. He couldn't celebrate. Yeah. But big up. So I think that Alderweireld now's got injured. Werner's injured. So now we've got no wing play. We've got no wingers now. Already they're all out. Well, we've only got
Go back to Kulu and Song. Go back into position. Even though I like what I'm not gonna lie, I think the 2 games he's done it where he's put Kulu and Madison. I'm like, right, we're so open, but we look decent. So putting them on, they just go back in their normal positions and just go back.
So put Kulu. So you're saying put Kulu back out on the right hand side now.
We're gonna have to, yeah. Unless you just play Johnson. The thing is with Johnson, he just needs to be more direct and be confident in himself. He's not really that confident at the moment, but yeah, we'll see.
Big up Eli. Eli said if we stay consistent, the blowout will happen. Yeah, big up, man. Hopefully one day the blowout will happen. So Marlon, I'm saying right now, we were let off the hook. And I'm glad that I've got a fellow Spurs fan who's not so deluded. I don't think there is a deluded fan in the Spurs fan base at the moment. Being he says any chance of Mikey Moore. So that's the other thing I'm not understanding with Postecoglou. I have to draw him out. When are we going to bring this brother? He signed a professional contract. We know he can play out on the left-hand side. When is he going to get his chance, bro? If not yesterday, when? And why is Jed Spence not starting games? This was his opportunity to come on, start, and he was still benched. And you know what? I've stayed consistent with Spence. I've always liked him, and I'm so happy for him. But is Postecoglou secretly, is he a secret madman?
No, I think with Spence, remember he's playing, he should be on the right ideally, but because he's kept him as a cover for on the left. And is it Iyogu? I can't pronounce his name. Iyogi, yeah. He always, from what he said, because he missed pre-season, which is understandable from his last injury, he had to give him 45 minutes. So it's either you start him or you play him in the second half. So I don't see a problem with how he done it. And even with Mikey Moore, if we put Mikey Moore on instead of the other 2 wingers that were on, that team would have been way too young. You're going with a lot of young players that sometimes are not even physically ready for these battles. Remember, championship teams don't play football. It's
Bish Bash Bosh. It's Bish Bash Bosh.
And if you buried them on the pitch yesterday, Tottenham could have, even though they got worked, they could have got worked even more. That scoreline could have been crazy. So, Mike Moore 17, you got to be a bit careful where you're going to blood these players in. Maybe they'll get a little European trip when they've got decent players around them. But yesterday was a risk and it paid off, but you can't have too many on the pitch. Imagine having Mikey Moore instead of Werner. Even though Werner played like a madman,
he's an idiot.
He's got more experience than Mikey Moore. So
I don't even know. I don't think Werner's so bad. I don't think you need experience because there was nothing he was doing. Maybe he's got experience in running.
But he's got the threat though. He's got the threat. He's the straight line, and there's always a threat with him, whether we use it or not.
What does Werner do that we can't do?
He's got pace. He's got pace.
I got pace. I might mash up my hamstring.
Now I've seen you play football.
I
Your
got pace.
manager, fam.
Yeah. Hey, big up to all the celebrities in the chat. We've got Nate Pye in the building. We've got Not Another One, Arsenal Manic, Destiny 5, Eli PR. People were even mentioning Idris Elba, who I believe is a Spurs fan. Destiny 5. Don Hassan is here running joke. Finally a win. I would say finally we're turning the corner. I am hoping. I'm not shaking my bum violently by any stretch, but I'm hoping.
Finally a win. Do you know what? If we were playing...
it's the truth, bro.
No. I get it, but then I don't get it. Because if we were playing dead, I would 100% agree with you. But we're playing good football, and it's just we've been unlucky. It's the final third. And another thing, you can't even... I've seen fans blame Solanke. Their man's played. Other than yesterday, that was his third game. And people are saying, our strikers are dead. What world are you lot in? Sometimes I have to take Spurs fans with a pinch of salt, because I don't know if they just like to moan, and I don't know. It's they like to moan, and because Arsenal are doing good, it's hurting them so much. They're just lashing out uncharacteristic behavior. I've seen some Spurs fans that I thought were level-headed, this losing them. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Arsenal are doing better than Spurs, so what? We were better than them in our time with Poch, and they were doing the same thing. So now we're basically following what Arsenal fans are doing. And it's like some of them forget how Arteta was when he first went to Arsenal. Yeah, he won the FA Cup. But there was a couple times when they were at the bottom at the beginning of the season. Give the guy a chance, and then I'm sure Spurs will do better. We're not playing dead football. We're playing decent. Other than yesterday, where he changed it, we've been playing good football. It's we can't score. Give Solanke a chance. And I think Solanke, I watched him on Sunday and I watched him yesterday. I said, you know what, your feet ain't too bad. You know? I think he's going to be all right. And his hold-up play is decent.
I like his feet. I like his hold-up play.
He's not a Kane, but he's pretty decent.
I like his feet. I like his hold-up play. I like his work ethic. And you can just tell, unlike the other strikers we've had, you can tell he's going to bang. Because you can just see this. He's got something about him. He's got that.
Yeah.
He's not a Soldado. He's not a Llorente where you're like, rotted. What's going on there? Solanke's going to be good for Spurs. I guess for me, I'm just hoping that we make the kind of adaptation. I was saying that we're too heavy in the top half of the midfield. 7-man over there is too much. We need to provide some space. And maybe he makes that little tweak. But for me, if he doesn't change it though, Marlon, do you think, like, legitly now, we've got Brentford on the weekend, we've got Man United coming up. Based on what you've seen so far, including the Coventry game, do you think we can go to Brentford and get a result?
I believe we can. I'll tell you what's going to happen. If we don't score within the first 10 minutes, the fan base goes, so the fans have to be smart and wise, isn't it? Back the team. Brentford are going to sit in even worse than Arsenal and try to hit Spurs on the break.
Shameless.
Sit in, back them, don't get on their back straight away because they're going to force them into making mistakes or make them make some silly passes. And then Brentford's going to do what Wolves done last year. Because Wolves got battered last year and beat us 2-1 somehow. I don't know how. Some breakaway goal and score. Because the fans, they're very impatient. They used to be more patient, but now they're very impatient because they want this instant success. It's not going to happen.
I don't know if it's about the instant success. I think it's the manner. I think it's the manner in how we've lost. Because I think the bit that's frustrating the fans is, bro, you know what? I was deep in it myself yesterday. I was like, I don't know if I like this. I talk about domination in the location. And I do prefer having the ball than not having the ball. I really do. I hate Mourinho football. I hate Conte ball. I prefer Postecoglou ball. But when you deep it, we got the ball and you're not having a shot on goal. That's pretty rubbish, bro. 70 minutes, we had the ball against Cov. And that's been the story of our season so far. Have the ball for 70 minutes, no shot on goal. That is what I'm not. I'm not feeling that. And we could do that against Brentford. Have the ball for 70 minutes, not a shot on goal. I
wouldn't agree. That was only against Brentford. That was only against Coventry yesterday. Leicester, we had bare chances. Newcastle got wiped the floor and somehow snatched the goal. Arsenal sat in again. But look we done to Everton. So I wouldn't agree. Don't get me wrong. We've had several chances that we didn't take, we haven't really taken, but Other than yesterday, that's the only argument someone could bring to me. But that team weren't really Spurs' first team. But other than that, we've had chances. Arsenal, maybe Arsenal because they play. Arsenal had at times had 9 players back.
Bro, Arsenal had 11 man back, and you know what they're telling me?
They went to a 5 at the back.
That was the tactic.
One back there, bro. And I was like, what?
Bro, they told me that was the tactic. And I'm trying to tell Arsenal fans, had Gabriel not scored that header, there was no way they score. That is a nil-nil game. They're not scoring. But because they got that header, they want to shake their bum. Big up to Spurs Slayer yesterday, who admitted the same thing. All right, and I agree. Someone in the chat saying Solanke dominated Saliba. I thought he did. I thought he roughed him up.
I thought he played well, and that was his first game back.
If he didn't dominate Saliba, he definitely rattled him, James Bond. That one there, I would say. Saliba, I mean, to go up against Saliba and Gabriel and do what Solanke did is absolutely breathtaking stuff.
So let me answer James Bond, because I think he's a fake Bond. What Bond movie you in? He didn't even have one shot. He had the flick, he had the header, he had another header. This is why I can't take these deluded people. This is why I need to be very careful when I speak to other fans. He said he didn't even have one shot. Was he talking about against Arsenal? He's Arsenal fan, Nick. Bro, you're weird. You're weird. That's crazy.
Yeah, I would say though, he didn't have a proper shot. That header.
Now we've gone to proper. Oh my.
No, but what I'm trying to say is that the header, the header that he gets, had to twist up his neck to get that header.
Is that still an attempt on goal though?
It's an attempt, bro, but really that's not a.
But what's about the flick?
That's not a clear attempt.
What about a flick that and the goalie made the save?
Again, I wouldn't say that is a proper attempt. He did something. What he did is he carved something out, but they're not a proper attempt. Like these man, when I asked them, let me give you another example. Martinelli, would you say Martinelli's attempt on goal was a legit attempt?
Yeah, because
the idiot one that the Arsenal fans shake their
broke through. Yeah, he broke through. But is this what we're counting now? If you have a one-on-one, that's what counting as clear-cut chances.
I actually don't think that was a proper attempt. That's an idiot attempt.
I know, but he got through. It was a chance though.
He got through, but he kind of passed the ball into Vicario.
No, yeah, he passed the ball because he can't shoot.
The shot wasn't a good shot.
He's Gonzalez. He just can't shoot. He's just a weird
dude. So for me, I would like to see a proper shot taken.
So what's a proper shot then, in your eyes, then, Deji?
A proper shot is like the shot that Kulusevski took a shot yesterday and it got defended. The player just blocked it. I want to see an actual shot. Do you know what I mean? Not like something that was carved out and in a weird way. It's an opportunity, but if you squint.
We're being honest. The only time you're going to have a shot is if they're both attacking. A lot of these teams, I noticed it last year and it's mad. They just come and sit back. Other than Man City, every team, Liverpool, they just came and sat back. I just like, pass. It's such a boring watch, but I don't know how many shots you're going to have. And I get why he has 2 creative players in there now, just trying to break it down. But then it does kind of leave you open at the back. But these teams are. We got to do something. When Nate Pye says when the players unlock the final third, Spurs are going to be fantastic. That's what I believe. 100% agree.
I legitimately believe that comment there. Big up for the comment.
And some fans are going to go back in their cave. Some of these Spurs man that are losing their marbles, they better go back into their cave.
I mean, my thing is, and just so that we're clear, Marlon, because I know we got to wrap up soon. I'm not saying I want Ange out. I'm saying to Ange, he needs to buy himself some time. Winning yesterday, he bought himself time. Let's be real. Had he lost, you probably would have started to lose faith in him. Sometimes, even though we know the process is going to be painful, and I'm still trying to hold the same energy. If it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me. Arsenal finished 8th in season 2. We're just at the beginning of season 2. So I was even saying, as long as Tottenham match what they did last season, it's not a total disaster. But in between there, they got to give us something to hold on to, because to just keep taking L's is, and Daniel Levy's a madman. He's not just going to keep taking the L's and then it's just going to be blessed. The pressure is mounting. I've been feeling the pressure, bro.
I wouldn't have doubted him if we lost yesterday, because I saw the team he put out. And this is what fans need to understand. Do you want him to put out the same 11 every week? Because they're going to get burnt out. They're going to get have injuries. But yet still you want them to burn out these players. You need to give these other players a chance to play. Yeah, yesterday was a big risk and they nearly went out. But they need to play. Just in case when our players do get an injury or burnt out, they can be ready to play. Not just throw them in. Even against Arsenal, some of them like, oh, why didn't you play Gray and what's it? Bell? I can't, the Swedish player. What's his name? Berva. Play him as well. They're not ready for that. They would have got smoked against Arsenal if you put those two in there. Like, oh, play them. Why play them? They're not ready-made players. Be realistic, bro. They're bought for the future. Yeah, they've got a hefty price tag with them, but they're for the future. Bleed them in slowly. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no, big up. So, Marlon, just before you go, because I know you got to go, my bro, and big up to you for coming in. And big up to everyone that's locked on. Please make sure you smash the like. We're keeping the content flowing. Marlon, I need you to hopefully tomorrow evening. We want to do the blueprint. Literally.
What time tomorrow?
Maybe about 9 o'clock. We'll quickly review the first 4 games and then we'll quickly review and predict the next 4 games. But just this weekend, you confident?
I feel we why am I doubting myself? We're gonna win. I think I need to sit on my own. I need to sit on my own in the stadium, man, because I just get because I'm positive Marlon sometimes. But yeah. We're gonna win. Big up James Boy.
All right, big up to Kazi Marks in the building. Coventry were all, bro. I'm not gonna lie, Coventry were. They were.
Not all over. They had chances. Let's be right. Tottenham had the possession. This team just banged it long because we're high up, and they had a few chances. That's not all over. Let's be a bit specific with words. They weren't all over. They had more chances.
We were Arsenal yesterday. Coventry was Spurs, but without the result.
That's it.
Yeah. I think that's a fair statement. I think Paul Reeves, one of my bedrooms, Paul Reeves, he says that Brentford to win 3-1. And then Paul Reeves is beefing me on the fact that he says he was one-on-one, Deji. I love to watch you, but this is too much, bro. Catch you after the Brentford loss. Basically, what I'm trying to say, Paul, is he was one-on-one, but he should have batted that shot. It wasn't a proper shot. Yeah. That's why I'm like, it was a tame. Maybe the words, maybe my language is rubbish. It was a tame effort. Yeah,
it was a tame effort.
It was tame.
Yeah.
So
I thought he would have scored, to be fair.
Yeah, it was very, very tame. James Bond says, big up Bashment, your people, Jamaican, Wagwan, Marlon Bashment, were all from the motherland there. Rice and peas, patties are them thing there. Big up to everyone locked in, locked on. Marlon, thank you for stopping by in your lunch break. Big up to everyone in your lunch break. We are coming back. As for our club, we got the win, innit? Andrew's off the hook. He's off the hook for now, but we need to see more wins. I'm not shaking my bum, and I'm not doing an Arsenal. I'm putting my hand up and saying, you know what? We got the job done. We got the result, but I weren't happy with it. I just wish Arsenal fans would do the same. You got the job done. All right, love, bro. And on that note, enjoy your rest of your day and hopefully see you later. Big up to everyone. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.